Hi, I'm Kayla Buchanan and welcome to Around the Region. We're in Cold Lake to help a local group clean up the streets here. As well, on the show tonight, we're going to take a look at the historic ribstones and we'll have a full recap of the opening weekend of the CPCA. But first, we're going to meet Curtis Anderson, a cowboy poet, who held his annual trail ride this weekend to help raise awareness for brain injuries.
On June 26, 2002, I was competing in the bull riding at the Pinoka Stampede. While riding, I lost my balance and was struck in the head twice by the bull's head. I was rushed to the University of Alberta Hospital where I spent 3 weeks in a drug-induced coma. I remember everything up until I remember the accident. I remember setting my bull rope in the chute, and then the next thing I remember was the ambulance ride from the university to the Glenrose, and that was 3 weeks later. It took a while to put your feet on the ground. You're kind of, with the brain injury, you know, you kind of wake up in a way every day. It's just, you can't really describe it. It's a whole new experience, I guess. I learned to walk again, talk again, eat again. With walking, in the beginning it took 2 nurses to get me out of bed. They'd push my wheelchair to physical and occupational therapy. I rode the wheelchair for 3 months, touching a balloon back and forth to balance. Then I started walking with a quad cane and then a single cane with the physiotherapist walking alongside me, teaching me how to walk step by step. And then with my speech, I wrote things down in a scribbler to communicate. Then I put vowels into words and words into sentences. Now I've written 2 songs and a multitude of poems. I spend a week short of a year in therapy. And then now I still try to exercise 2 hours a day. When I was in the hospital, I took a therapeutic riding course up at Red Deer, and that really helped with my balance. At that time, I was just starting to walk more and more, and that helped with my balance, and it still does help my balance. And I'm able to curl again, and then I was going through some pictures, and 6 months after my accident, I was back on skates, and I had a chair, and then Dad skated beside me, and then this winter I was able to get started on my own and go quite a ways on my own, so my balance is really coming along. A lot of cowboys came and visited me in the hospital, and no one's turned their back. And when I go to rodeos or bull ridings, there's always a lot of people wanting to talk to you, and it's a pretty good feeling when people want to see how you're doing. Half the battle of recovery is having someone there to support you, and it'll be 10 years on June 26th since my accident, and there's been someone to talk to every day, no matter highs or lows. There's been someone to talk to. When I started writing in a journal, I wanted to be a speaker, teach people and help others, and it's pretty good I'm doing that now. So, and then one thing was I wrote down to write a book, and later this year I'm going to do that. It's called Road to Recovery. It's going to have my speech, Road to Recovery speech in there, and then the poems that I've written so far in there, and then there were a lot of pictures and then some family, and it'll be something to look for. And then UFA is going to put it in every one of their stores. And then I'm going around now as a motivational speaker. I wrote a speech called Road to Recovery that I'm getting involved with 4-H horse clubs with helmet safety, hockey with concussions, schools, and with the oil field at safety meetings. When I go to schools, I speak from grade 7 to 12 and then do helmet safety from K to 12. And there's been quite a few questions when I spoke at the schools. So, they're listening.
When we come back, we'll have more from the Courage Canada Trail Ride.